Thank you two for letting me go live. I hope y'all can hear me. It's not showing that there's sound, but we're just gonna keep it moving. Let me see if this is gonna work. If I hear myself. If I hear myself, then I can continue on with this video because, yeah. Yes, I hear myself. So it is perfect and it is time to go. So as you see on the title is 25 things I wish I knew before I was 25. So yes, I am currently 25. I am going to be 26 on Monday. So I wanted to just come here and send some knowledge, enlightenment, and clarity to some of y'all who may need to want to hear this. So if you liked my vibes, feel free to like. If you want to let me know why you liked my vibes, feel free to comment. If you care, go ahead and share, and most importantly, subscribe so you know the next time I go live. So just a little update quickly. I'm sorry that I haven't been around, but your girl was sick like last time. Oh, I had like a horrible fever, and then I had my period. So it was like cravings and lots of fluids, basically, and it was really a nightmare. But I'm okay now. I'm feeling so much better. I'm back to Sudanese goddess flow, gods and goddesses. So without further ado, let me just get right into it. Of 25 things I wish I knew before I was 25. Oh my gosh, there it is. So the first thing I wish I knew before I was 25, I mean, I heard it around me, but I wish I really, really took it seriously, was spirituality revolves with everything. Revolves around everything. I just started at one point, after my birthday, I that was right when the pandemics hit. I was consistently praying and meditating for 6 months solid. So from April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months solid meditating because I really was in a place, and I was doing yoga, I was losing weight, I was eating healthier, and that really helped me. That really helped me open my eyes and broaden my horizons to what I want to do with my life. So number one is definitely spirituality revolves around everything. And in that moment, I started to feel more whole. I started to feel more, stable. I started to feel less imbalanced, and I felt like I was completing things thoroughly. I wasn't bothered by nothing else. I'll just write it down in the description box, all the things I'm mentioning. So it was an eye opener for me because it made me realize how easy it is to manifest and easy it is to be better when you sit still. Things just kept coming to me without me even lifting a finger as much. It was just like the universe knew what I needed and what I wanted, and they were quick to just give it to me. Number two is challenges are blessings in disguise. That is facts. In my 25th year, I had gone through no, not my 25th year. 2019, 2020, I think. Okay, well, anyways, at some period of my life, I had gone through within a year 2 miscarriages, and it was a scary, scary, scary thing. And in that experience, I learned that it was a blessing in disguise because I had to let go of these goons. Literally. I had to grow up and stop playing with myself, stop putting myself less than, stop making myself feel like I'm not worth it. So it was one was ectopic pregnancy, another one was just a miscarriage. And it was really, really it really made me appreciate my health and really understand, like you're lucky, you're alive, you're healthy, like things are great. So don't be putting your health at risk for people that don't care about you. So that was number two. Challenges are blessings in disguise, 100%. Ask for help when needed. Yes. Number three, I am so used to doing what I gotta do for my life and the things I need to do for my children that I don't really like asking for help. I don't really like, saying, hey, I'm really in a crisis right now. Because me, as a spiritual person, I obviously believe in, well, my master is God. So I'm so, like, always a firm believer that he will make it happen for me. And so far, it's always been that way. So whenever I ask for help, it's like, that means I really, really trust you. And I hate the bashing of it after because, being a young mom or teen mom to young mom, I feel like people like to just always throw rocks at you. I mean, not always, but not everyone, but just a lot of people have thrown rocks at me that I just don't feel like trusting people with help. I feel like it's not necessary as often as like as much as possible. I'm not gonna ask for help. But I learn to ask for help. Like for the first time in my life, I checked. Actually, no, maybe it wasn't the first time. When I was younger, I did have like one experience with therapy. But last year, I decided to check into therapy, and it was an eye opener to like I thought I was going in there and gonna be said, "You're so bad. You do this. You're so wrong. You do this." But instead, I learned something about myself, like learning to love myself more. Not that I don't love myself, but I learned to love myself more and stop being so, um, like thinking that I'm the bad guy. I don't want to use another point that I have. Take accountability is number four. Taking accountability of things really helps you get things done. Like, I'm still learning that even today. Um, when you sit and take accountability and say, you know what, I messed up here and this is where I need to do better, it's great. But also, even though you do take accountability, also do realize when you have no control of the situation. Like for me personally, I've been working on a project and I went in and took a service from somebody. I paid them in full to do the project, but instead of doing doing the assignment or what I asked them to provide me, the services I asked them to provide me, they ended up taking my money. And I wanted to go off and bash them in every way, and I did a little bit. But instead of being so like, hurtful and mean and everything, I decided to let it go and realize, you know what? It wasn't my fault. It was their fault. They decided to be taking advantage of somebody who truly believed in their service of their company, but clearly they don't care. So that just goes to show who they are. And now I know to sit down and be like, okay, when I work with someone, because it's not like I haven't experienced working with other people in projects that I work on. I've had so many different types of services help me in my projects for business and stuff, and they all come through. Nobody has messed me over. And the weird part, what hurt the most is the fact that this person I known since junior high, and I thought they were gonna be easier, quicker, and faster, but instead they were harder, difficult, and inconsistent. But I learned my lesson and I learned to learn that I can't always be accountable for everything, but I sure as heck can be accountable for my own stuff. So now I know better not to trust everyone and anyone. And pros and number five. Sorry, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, I'll just write numbers beside the ones I wrote. That way I know. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, number five. Number five is pros and cons to everything. I say pros and cons to everything is definitely something I take um, from school. Like when they tell you to write down what is the pro of this and what is the con of that. Always write that down and see if you can be responsible for whatever you want to be responsible for. Whether it's putting yourself in a new relationship, whether it's putting yourself in a new placement in your life, whether it's a promotion in a job, whatever it may be, just make sure you write down the pros and cons of it so you know if this is going to work out for you for responsibility purposes. Like for me, um, I decided to go celibate this year, full on. And I had to write down the pros and cons and say, what is the benefit of me doing this and what is the con of me doing that? And obviously, the pro is getting more spiritually in tune, dealing with me, dating me. But the con is obviously being human. You want to get that human interaction. But I decided who is more important, me or other people that I interact with that may not have so much love for me or may care for me, but we're not going to give me what I want. So, and then I had to also write down the goal. That's another thing with pros and cons. Also think about writing down a goal, like a rubric, for example. Write down a rubric and say, this is what a good, like, let's say a good man you want in your life, you want to manifest. Write down, this is what I want. This is how I want it to look like. This is what like a 10 would be. This is what a 9 would be, an 8 would be. You know what I mean? Or just start with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a really bad man. This is an okay man. This is all right man. But this is the perfect man. Not that there is a perfect person in this world, but that's how I started to sit down and look at all the things in my life, pros and cons, and a rubric. That way I can critique the things that matter and don't matter. It just gives a more minimalist lifestyle in a sense of responsibilities. Not so much in a home, but like more responsibilities because I want to make sure that I know this is something I can deal with, this is something I can't. So number 6 was be more vocal and speak with substance. Yes, I feel like don't talk if you have nothing better to say. Literally, I feel like I think it's better to talk with substance. Like humans have only 5 seconds attention span, so it's smart to talk with substance. And if you're gonna talk, speak some type of light and knowledge to people, um, or don't talk at all. Because yes, we all take up space, but like, I mean, who likes a big mouth? I can talk a lot. I can talk for hours. I can talk forever if I really want to. But I feel like, what's the point if I'm not going to bring you something great? Like, I like to talk to people that educate me and I educate them. And we make moves. That makes more sense to me rather than talking to people that don't matter. So it's just a sense of, who you value, who you don't. So talk with substance. And also just it's just about unity too, about the world. Like everyone is one. So it's good to just be um talking for the good reasons. Substance is more like, something solid. Okay. Um, don't be so hard on yourself. Number 7. Yes, I feel like that was what I was not trying to say earlier to take away from this point. Being hard on myself. That is something I think I struggle with coming from obviously a household where you don't really talk about how you feel, where you don't really address your feelings or where your feelings are not acknowledged. So being in a household like that makes it easy for me to be hard on myself, because you do things and when everybody likes what you do, then you're praised upon. But when you're not doing things that are above average, you're not really noticed. So it also has to do with people pleasing too, in a sense. But what I've learned is to stop being hard on myself and to not let other people's judgments determine my work. Like, I don't care if I end up having, um, 60 years old and have a Rolls Royce. I had a Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? Or be at 28 and get a Rolls Royce. It doesn't matter about society's judgment of that. It's what makes me happy and what makes sense for me. Maybe some people will call me materialistic. Maybe some people will say that's crazy. But regardless, I think it's okay to live in your means and live what makes sense to you and only you, and you don't have to explain yourself to nobody. So, um, don't be hard on yourself, guys. Like honestly, being in my 20s, I'm really learning about not being hard on myself, not even living to other people's standards. Like, for example, I I'm either a girly girl or a tomboy. There's really no in between for me. So you will see me go full out with makeup and stuff when you see me out on the streets, or you'll see me just if you see me at the grocery store and some sweats and whatever. I don't care. Why? Because I feel like that's what I feel comfortable with and that's what makes sense for me. And that's how I live my life. And I'm not going to change that for anybody. I've had friends tell me, or ex friends or haters, be like, oh, you got to wear makeup more. Even ex boyfriends too. You got to wear makeup more. You got to dress like this more. You got to do that more. And I was like, that's not how I want to live. And for me, I do my hair because I like when my hair is done. Or I do my nails because I like when my nails are done. I do my toes, I like when my toes are done. I get a wax because I like when my wax is done. Speaking of such, I am actually doing a video on my week of self care. Yeah, so I live for myself and obviously my children because that makes me so much happier and it makes it so much easier because I remember when I used to go out, how much anxiety I would have to get ready and get there and do things. And I was like, ugh, I don't like the feeling of the anxiety I get to just go out. And then I started to slowly realize, and like, I'm not saying I'm not a fun person, I know how to have fun, but I stopped going to the same crowds. Not that I'm better than anyone, it's just that I stopped going to the same crowds because I started to feel like I'm not living the life I want to live and I'm not feeling the way I want to feel. Like it's not making me it's not feeding me. It's really just like, for entertainment purposes or it's not really feeding me. That's what it is. It's not serving me any better. It was fun while it lasted, but I'm just a person who's an old soul, so I outgrow things so quick. Like I if I had it my way, I'd be like a 13-year-old in a adult body forever. I mean, yeah. But I have childlike vibes sometimes where I like, old TV shows and like to go to like play parks with the children and stuff and or I like to be very adult and be fancy and whatnot. But it's just a matter of my standards and what makes me happy. So it all comes down to that. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be doing things for the sake of people, really. Number 8 is overworking won't get things done. Yes. I feel like even though I was going through a lot of stuff like last month, it slowed me down with my routine on YouTube, but that's okay. I'm back. I feel like when I initially started YouTube, it was like, I gotta do this, I gotta make this, I gotta do that. And then I started to get really like pushing myself and saying, oh, I gotta actually edit my videos, I gotta sit down. Yes, I do wanna edit my videos eventually and get a routine where I can actually have time to edit my videos and make real videos, like with editing and all that. Because I do have the skills to do it, but it's a matter of patience and time because I'm balancing 3 kids and I'm also balancing my personal life and I'm also balancing my money life. So it's a lot of balance in all of it. So sorry, I just forgot what I was saying. Let me look at my notes real quick. Um, when I do that, I overwork myself. So that's why I enjoy doing I like to make my life easy. That's what I've learned about myself recently. I like things mellow, easy, simple, done, over with. So when I go live on YouTube, it makes me feel at peace. It gives me less headache, less stress, and I feel like the right subscribers, followers, or whatever, fans, gods and goddesses that come through are gonna come through out of their heart because they relate to what I'm doing, and they relate to what I do. It's just like Cardi B when she started out. She was out here on Instagram, ratchet or whatever people may call it, but I'm inspired by her in a sense because it's like, wow, like you let yourself from the bottom up and you made it. Even like if you look at there's a lot of celebrities I could say. There's Nicki Minaj too. Like she started in Queens or I think that's where she is. Um, or like Beyonce started with Destiny Child, and they really pushed themselves through to get where they need to get to. So just don't overwork yourself. Yes, I know they do overwork themselves now, but I'm saying like when they started out, they just were authentically them and just kept going. And that's what makes things happen. I feel like overworking doesn't really help at all. The next thing is slow and steady wins the race. Yes. I feel like I'm done living for, once again, for people's standards, and I'm living for myself and what makes me happy. Speaking of happiness, I had this girl make me this creative smash hearts cake, and it's so beautiful. I'm gonna show y'all when I do my 26th birthday, getting ready for it. But yeah, she made me this cake and it was so beautiful and I enjoyed it. I mean, I just seeing it, I haven't like obviously in my possession, but just seeing the video that she sent me today made me so happy. So I feel like I've learned, even though I want a glitz and glamour life, I still learned that um the little things make me the happiest. The things I do to myself make me so much happier than somebody. I mean, yes, everybody wants someone to do things for you, but the little things make me happy. So instead of me making the birthday that I wanted to make, and because of pandemic I can't do it, I thought of how I just purchased this really cute cake and I'm gonna be with people that I love for my birthday. And that makes me so happy than to risk my life and be out here. That's my opinion. But yeah, slow and steady does win the race. And also like on YouTube, like I feel like um getting to 100 subscribers, like I'm at 142, I think. Getting there was like me being consistent with my videos, and I feel like being slow and steady, it will get me there. Eventually, I'll have a routine that works perfectly for me. Eventually, I'm gonna be making so much money on here, so I don't have to actually do all this by myself. Like I said, I like to make my life easy. Not that I'm lazy, just like to make my life easy for myself because I put a lot of energy on other things like my family. So, um, yeah, slow and steady really does win the race. So just taking my time with the things I gotta do and not really being hard on myself really helps. So that's something I really wish I knew before 25. Number 11 is living in the moment. Yes, living in the moment is real because I feel like before the pandemic happened, I mean, I had a year, 2018, I think, where I was out here having fun and it was fun and all, but then I stopped because like before I was having fun, I was like, I'm missing out. And then I get out there and then I'm like, oh, that's it. It was fun. It's fun. Like, you get lost in the vibes. But then after a while, it's like, okay, I'm bored now. Why am I bored? Why do I feel this way? Why do I not want to do anything? So I feel like at times I want to live for another moment. I'm waiting for that perfect moment of this is going to be when this is all happens, it's going to be perfect. When I should just be able to acknowledge what is at the moment. And that's when the best things happen. And that's where I enjoy it. Like when the magic is there, let it be there. When it's not there, just forget about it. And it's true. Like, like I gotta appreciate the moments when me and my kids are laughing and just live like we can't live like that forever, but just in that moment of laughter, enjoy it. Or when we're upset with each other, in that moment of being upset, let's acknowledge that we're upset and try to figure out ways to cope. And in doing so, that's when things actually just are more zen, living in the moment, because that's all we really have is this moment and this moment only. So I think I need to, yes, it's good to set goals for the future, but just don't be anxious. And it's good to reflect on the past, but just don't get depressed over it. So I think I need to keep living in the moment and stop thinking of too much. Yes, I am such a organizing freak, but yes, I need to live in the moment more and never regret. And number 12 is rediscover. It's okay to rediscover yourself. So I learned from somebody random the other day that there's so many layers to Pisces. So I'm a Pisces. There's so many layers to me. And that speaks so much volumes for me because in my life, I think I never really knew who I was. So I think now I'm learning, wow, I am this and I like this. So rediscovering myself has taught me the kind of things I like to be around, the kind of things I don't like to be around. And one thing I really realize is my heart is so fragile. So I don't like being around users. I don't like people that are conflict, even though I think I have experience or I've been a bad guy in someone's story, and that's totally okay. Um, but I am not the type who likes that, and I don't like it at all. And I don't like too much rowdiness, you know? Not that like I like to get loose and have fun, but I just feel like I'm realizing I like things that are just mellow, that are just flowing. So, um, rediscovering myself was something really great I done this year. I feel like um, it really taught me what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate. Number 13 is being authentic will win. Being authentic. Yes, being authentic is my motto 100%. In 25, I think I have really embraced being authentic, being real, and just being me. And I learned that, you could be the ripest apple in the world, but people may not like apples, and that's okay. And being that, I realized I'm meeting so many greater people when I just be me. I may not fit in some crowds, or I may not act the way some people act, or I may not be annoying or whatever, or out here. But it's okay. Being me makes it all worth it in the end. I feel like being me is the only person I can be. And when I was saying rediscovering myself as well, let me add to that. It's not that I never knew who I was. Like I'm still the same girl. Like when it comes to like I'm still the same woman. Let me start with that. I'm a woman now. Finally acknowledge that. Like I'm still a woman that that is who I am and still want to be what I want to be, but I also know now what feels and doesn't feel right, if that makes sense. So, I'm happy to learn that. Um Number 14 is live and dream. I think um there should be more awareness for seasonal depression. Um I don't like living in Canada. I realize that. I mean, I love our rights. Don't get me wrong. I love that I'm a Canadian citizen. I love how I have the freedom to do what I need to. Like, we're super friendly people. And we basically, for the most part, have a lot of rights and a lot of luxuries. But I think most of us can agree. Maybe, I don't know. But in my opinion, I think the only thing I hate about Canada is definitely the seasons. I think I want to be in a place where it's always sunny. I think that's where I feel more at ease, or a beach by my house. I've come to a place and learned that I sometimes, not always, but I feel like I'm more down. I don't want to say it's seasonal depression because it doesn't really um, it's not really major in my life, but it does make me notice it enough. So I go through a little bit of seasonal depression every single winter, always. And it makes me feel so exhausted, drained, like, or it's either I'll be very exhausted or very tired or very out of tune or very out of schedule or things are stressing me or nothing's working my way. Like it's always in the winter. And I am getting tired of it. And this is why I'm busting my bum to get where I want to get to because I feel like I deserve to be where like my goal in my life is literally to be where I feel the most happiest. So Yeah, live and dream. I feel like it just reminds me of like depression. Like when you're in that state, you just want to be somewhere else. You sleep a For me at least, I sleep a lot, and I'm so like not happy, and I'm so not like in tune. I'm not like the best person to be around, and I'm like self-loathing. So this makes me think of that, and it makes me think of like, there needs to be a healthy balance between living and dreaming. And I realize I work best with schedule, but I also realize if I had it my way, I'd sleep at 5 a.m. every single day and wake up at 3 p.m. That's just how I think I function better that way. But unfortunately, with what the world is, I can't do that. And that's okay. I mean, that's why I want to like, I work so hard to eventually be financially free so I can actually live the life I want to live. Um, but I also do understand that freedom is of choice, so I have to choose what freedom looks like for me. Yeah. 15 is burnout is real. Okay, so ah, I know that. Burnout is so real. Like I think during the time that I got like my flu and my period and all that, it was also during a retrograde, but anyway, I was overworking myself with other things behind the scenes and this, and I felt so freaking out of it. Like I was just like, "Oh my goodness." I just didn't want to talk to, like I became to a place where I just wanted to be antisocial. When I burn out, it's almost like depression, but not really. The only difference is with depression, I feel like I'll talk to people. I'll be out here. It's manageable. It's not anything else. It's like more of like season. Like the season, it's cold outside. I'm like, ugh, don't want to be outside. Ugh, sun. Like it's like I'm allergic to the winter. As if, I only love winter one day in a year. Christmas done. That's it. Anyway, yeah. So, with burnout, I feel like I just get tired. Like I will just be tired, so tired that I start to like not make sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But no, I just feel like I'm just tired. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to deal with nothing. And that's my burnout. It's like I'm over it. But with depression, I feel like it's more that I just don't like the weather. And it really makes me feel down. But I'm learning to maintain it. I mean, realizing this is the first step. So once again, accountability. Number 16 is boundaries are good. Yes, I feel like I tend to let myself get walked all over, even though I'm a tough girl. Like I'm out here. You try me, I'll try you back. I don't play that stuff. But I have boundaries and I respect my own boundaries. I make it that I have to, understand that some things I want and they may not be done when I want them to be done, if that makes sense. And when I say that, I'm talking about like, okay, like when I first stepped into IT, I was feeling like it was just way too freaking demanding. And I realized that it was my boundaries being violated. I can't, I'm not saying a job isn't good for nobody, but I just can't deal with something too much. Like I can't be living my life for a certain type of job that makes me feel like, okay, job, kids, sleep. Job, kids, sleep. Job, kids, sleep. Like, where's my life? Where do I do? What do I get to do with myself, And yeah, there's an option of school or whatever, but I don't know. I just feel like during that time, um, I felt like everyone was on my neck, and I just felt like this is not a fit for me. Like, my boundaries are being crossed. Like, I can't do this. I realize I can't do this. It's too much. And that's when I learned to understand boundaries and understand that some things can be good for certain, okay, like some things are good for certain seasons or some things are good for a certain amount of time. And I had to leave. But when I went and found what works best for me, that's when I realized, yeah, it's about boundaries because I wasn't able to be vocal and say, hey, I don't think this is a perfect fit. Like when you get to a job or a relationship, you should always discuss what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what they won't tolerate. Sorry, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, and who what they will tolerate. Just like a job, just like any commitment. And if you don't be vocal, I feel like that's when things crash. So boundaries are really good and it helps me be like I love my space. I'm an extrovert, 100%. ENTP gang. So I just love my space to recharge. If I'm not able to be alone from the whole world just to recharge, I'll go nuts. Because I feel like obviously with everything in the pandemic, it was me at home with my children and it was like y'all need to go to sleep so I can stay awake and live my life. Or y'all need to sleep so y'all can wake up late so I can do what I gotta do before y'all get up. Like it just made me come to a place where I was so like I can't be. I need space. And that's why I feel like in relationships, past relationships, I didn't know that about myself. So that's why I was unhappy a lot of times. And that's what made a lot of relationships not work out because I'm so I start to realize, oh, I'm not getting the space I need. Like I'm not getting that fed. Like relationships are supposed to feed your seven intimacies. I think it's seven or five. So spiritually, mentally, physically, spiritually, mentally, physically, intimately, a lot of things. I don't remember all of them. But anyway, you're supposed to be fed with those things within yourself and a little bit in your relationship. So if your relationship is not serving you in any of those ways, why are you in it? I felt like in my past relationships, it was either too detached or too attached. And both of them can be unhealthy. Too much of anything can be unhealthy. So I've learned I love my space. So boundaries for me is definitely space. Like I need to be away for a bit. I need to be left alone. I just need to be quiet or like I need to fast from talking. I enjoy doing that. It's weird because I love to talk and talk about everything and anything, but I need to fast from talking. My next one, number 17, is know what you want and stick with it till it's done. Yes. I've known what I want since I was 3. Yeah. And this is why I love Mariah Carey because she said it herself too. And I relate. I know what I want since I was 3. I said it and it was declined by everyone around me and I was told it could never happen, but I believe it will because that's what I want. That's what I'm going to get. So I've stuck with it forever. No matter what, I've always stuck with that idea. As for other things, I feel like they came along the way, which is I'm happy because if they didn't, then I wouldn't know how strong I was. So challenges really make a difference. So, yeah, know what you want and stick with it. Number 18 is better late than never. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this for I mean, hmm, I like to be on time for certain things, you know, but I don't time management is really important. It's really important. Don't take that away from no one. Professional development is really important, being on time for certain things, whatever. I just feel like I have a tendency to be either very early or very late. But you know what I feel? A little secret I'll tell you. I'm always on time. Only spiritual people understand that. For real, I'm always on time, even though I may be late or I may be super early. But for some reason, I'm right on time. That's where I'm destined to be. Like, for example, before I explain that better, For example, when it comes to doing services for anybody, for any of my products or readings, I'm on time. You'll never see me be a disrespectful business person. When it comes to something I purchased, when it comes to somebody um, needing my help, and it's really somebody I really want to help, or I'm not tied up in anything else, I'm on time. But when it comes to like a simple dinner or like a party or something, or some type of what do you call it, webinar, seminar, life happens. You gotta understand that. And if you don't understand that, like it's not like I'm out here with a whole team of nannies and whatnot. So whatever I do when I do. It's feel how you feel, but it's just how I feel. I'm on time. The reason I say I'm on time because it's like I came at the perfect moment. Regardless of what was needed and what was had to be done, it's like I come at the perfect moment. Never have I been late to something and got like shut down. No, because I'm on time. You feel like maybe you may feel like I'm not on time, but I'm on time because I'm always there when I need to be there. It's God timing, y'all. It's God's timing. So I don't feel no ways with time. So that's why I say better late than never. But just don't be disrespectful. Honestly, don't be disrespectful because I had experience with somebody who read me on her birthday. I didn't know it was her birthday, but she read me. And I purchased for a read and she's doing it on her birthday. So it's basically a time for her to try to get money off people. So disrespectful. Like I love this work of doing readings because I really do it with the passion. I love doing bangs because I love to eat. I'm a foodie and people love to send me gift cards, whatever. But when it comes to like doing a spiritual work and you ask for a reading and you paid for it, my service, damn well I'm gonna be on time. Because I'm here to serve you and be of assistance to help you in your journey. And I'm not gonna. So this girl did that for me. It's her birthday, and she's not really reading me like the way it was intended to. And then she said, "Okay, we'll talk about it later." And then when it's time to talk again, she's just dodging me. So what did I do? Snip, snip, snip. Blocked her off everything and cut it off. And was very classy about it. If she was to see me other places or say hi or anywhere, I just play along to get along. But in all honesty, I don't mess with her no more because it's very disrespectful when you're gonna do your work and not help people when they ask for it. Other times, another friend of mine said she'd be at McDonald's ordering food. So weird. But anywho, yeah, just don't be disrespectful. That's how I look at it. Like I'm not saying like spirituality, when I said number one, spirituality is everywhere. I mean it revolves around everything. It's facts. Like just don't be disrespectful. Like when I come anywhere I go, it's like I make it on the timing that I need to make it. God's timing, and that's what matters to me. But if you really want me to be really on time, tell me an hour ahead to be there. I'll be there then. Yeah, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Number 19, that is facts. 100% facts. Let me tell you why. I never really took that saying seriously before. I was like, okay, well, obviously beauty is in the eye of the beholder, whatever. Like, you think you're beautiful, so. But I really took it to a deeper level this year. I live from my own standards when it comes to beauty. I do the things that make me happy. I dress the way it makes me feel good. I look the way I want to look. I act the way I want to act. And nobody can tell me anything because I think I'm the hottest thing in the world. Period. When you know you are great, I rarely say this. Like Drake said in one of his songs, like I barely talk about my but this long D and nigga. Aim for all that big talking. That's what he said in the song. I forgot. I love that. That's my problem. I think that's the song. Anyway, regardless, I just feel like when you know what you are and what you're worth, and when you know you got God to protect you, and you know you are blessed, and you know life is all great and dandy, why would you not know you are worth it? Why? You're worth anything and everything you want. You know when you see other people, like there's a saying that goes like you will never see yourself. You only see reflections or pictures. So when you see other people and you're like, you're so like handsome or so beautiful, you could be a model, blah 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 blah, and they're always like, they get all like nervous and awkward. It's because they don't know their worth. For me, I mean, I do get like when someone says I take compliments and I take it and I say thank you and then keep it moving. If I feel like I want to give you a compliment because I feel like you too look good or you too look fresh, I'll do that too. But for me, I take compliments and they always come in unexpected times and I always like they don't rise or lower me. It's just is. A compliment is a compliment. But what I'm saying is if I'm not right from within, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Lord Hill, man. Period. So I'm just saying, like, own up to your beauty. If you believe you're the beautifulest thing in the world, don't let nothing else tell you otherwise. Period. Real friends come in many forms. Yes. Yes. One thing I have come yes, I do appreciate my friends in this world, in this time and in this um how do I explain it? I appreciate my friends in this world, in this time, in the physical, but the greatest friends I've learned to have are the ones in the spiritual realm. You can connect with the most craziest, most beautiful, not craziest, most beautifulest people, and you know it's coming from source, and you're like, wow. Like, it's like those minutes, like, let's say you gotta do something or go somewhere, and then something tells you, look back. And you look back, and you just right on time for something. I mean, friends are love. Like, I don't even know what else to say, but like, real friends come in different forms. I love to attract people that are older than me because I feel like they come with great wisdom. Yes, I can pick up on some things that they're like, it's like, okay, y'all, old school. But overall, they bring me wisdom that I need. And I feel like I love older people for that. People that really, because I've always been an old soul. I relate to older people. But don't get me wrong, like if I saw my children with some older people, I'd be like, who's that? Why you hanging with Novo? You have me. I'm older. I can hang out with you. But yeah, I feel like I relate so much better with older people. I have been around people that were older that were trash because I met them when I was, let's say, 15, 16, now, and now I'm 25. And they were just not living their life right. And I'm like, damn, I thought y'all was supposed to be guiding me. Nah, it was sad. I also know people in my age mates that are, I mean, whatever. It's not about bashing nobody. Everyone has a journey. But yeah, real friends, you'll know. You'll feel it in your soul. Believe in yourself before pitching to just anyone. Yes. Okay. That's why I don't really talk about my dreams as much as I used to. Because before I would talk so damn much and wonder why things would never work out. And then it made me realize who my real friends are and people who believe me. My little sis, she believe in me. My big sis, she believe in me. And that's all that matters to me. Period. Everyone else, my kids believe in me. Like they listen to what I have to say and what I'm pitching and they're like, we see it. And that's what matters. Oh, no, don't. I'm trying to make it through this video without crying out. Next to my next point. Number 22. 22. It's okay to want everything but finish one thing at a time. Yes, I feel like when you are constantly, sorry, when you're constantly trying to get everything done at once, a jack of all trades will be a jack of no trades. I think that's how the saying goes. So if you're trying to collect everything, it's like a city is not built overnight. A house is not built overnight. It doesn't work that way. So that's the same thing. You gotta finish one by one and take your time. Take the steps and take it seriously. Like I'm learning to take my time with everything, but not too long. My throat's getting dry. Okay, number 23 is being vulnerable isn't a weakness. That's true. Lately, I've been having a lot of crying spells. I don't know if I'm becoming more, sensitive. I mean, okay, hold up, hold up. I'm not, I mean, I'm sensitive in a sense of like, oh, I feel that. But I'm not sensitive in a sense of, sorry, I like felt like I cracked my nose and I was like, oh, did I break my nose? Okay, anyway, I don't think I am somebody who has a soft skin. I'm definitely got tough skin. I'm strong, y'all. But I'm sensitive in a way of like okay, I'm not if you come at me hard, I'm gonna come at you hard or ignore you if it's really irrelevant. Um if you diss me for my looks, intelligence, I'm like whatever. But what I am sensitive of, it's because I'm an empath. I cry over things I think of or feel or watch. Like let's say I'll watch a movie and like something will happen and they'll like all like come together to help that solution. Like, oh my god, Tamar. Like but I'm not an ugly crier, don't get me wrong. Honestly, when I cry, I look like I'm glowing. Anyways, but yeah, I have been so much more into like I have been having crying spells because I feel like it's all the feelings I've ever suppressed. All the feelings of, overwhelmness or whatever as a child. It's like coming out to light. Like when I'm happy, I'll cry. When I'm sad, I'll cry. I actually haven't had sad crying. I think it's more happiness. Like lately I've had my relationship with God has been so strong lately. Like and it's like once again, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. So my master is God. That's all. You don't get it, that's on you. But anyway, I feel like my relationship with God has been so like inspiring and so loving that it makes me cry. Cause it's like, you love me. It just makes me cry. Like right now, my eyes are already watering. Like, it just, it's like an unbelievable validation. It's like so surreal, like to know that this creator of the world is letting me be a vessel in the work that I do, is blessed from the most high. Like that is why I've been like so like because that relationship has become so strong lately and I've been so much more into contact with like the spiritual realm in a sense of building the relationship with God. Angels, like guardian angels and ancestors and spiritual guides and all these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings of love. It just makes me cry. Like I don't think I could relate any of this love to anything else besides a mother's love because this is deep and it makes me really feel a ways. Okay, 24 is make choices you can live with. Yes. I don't like to live in regrets. So therefore you'll never catch me making a choice that is very regretful, as in like, robbing a bank, murder. Nah, you'll never catch me doing that shit. I mean, everybody has their limit of things that would make them do certain things that are very risque. God forbid if that would ever happen. But one thing for sure I know in this life, that's not what I'm about. And that's not what I would ever do because as twisted as it is, I actually do love watching crime, suspenseful shows. It gives me some side of like, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it gives me some type of like, it's like a fix. It just makes me feel like, like it's so it just gets me into the screen. Like I'm just watching, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Oh my god, no, all that those emotions come out of me and I enjoy it. Like it's like what makes like some people in watching reality TV, it makes them feel like, oh my gosh, like they're part of that life. I don't know. Whatever it makes them, it gives them some type of fix. That's the same thing for me. So make choices you live with. So for me, I will always make choices that make me happy. Like, I'm not a follower. So when I see a whole crew of people going left, I go right, or they go right, I go left. Like, it's not that I'm trying to not follow them. It's just that I feel like if it doesn't make sense to me, it doesn't make sense to me. Cracks like a duck, looks like a duck. It is a duck. 5555. It was 5555. The number there. So because of that, I feel like that's a sign. 25. 5. 25th thing I wish I knew before I was 25 is if you make mistakes, realize the cycle and you have the power to stop. Yes. And to add to that, I'll also say make room for mistakes. We're all humans, we're all growing, and we're all just going through it. And we just need to just take a moment and realize, okay, I made a mistake here. What can I do to shift it? Like back in the day when I was younger, I felt like, oh my gosh, I did this. What am I gonna do to cover it up? And I remember I would lie and deny if I had to. Now it's like being older, like I think hitting like my teens to my um adulthood, I feel like I've come to a place where it's like deal with it, face it head on. It's better. Get over with, move on to the next thing, and then you can go on with your life. That's what I feel like it comes down to. So, gods and goddesses, thank you so much for watching my video of 25 things I wish I knew when I was 20 before I was 25. But honestly, it's not really I wish I knew before I was 25 because technically these are the things I also learned. But it's not I don't live in regrets, so this is not really a regret video. It's more of like learning the lessons, embracing the lessons, understanding the lessons, and hoping that it could help somebody else out there. Who knows? So thank you so much, gods and goddesses, for watching. I enjoyed y'all's company. I felt so much at ease releasing this. I'll be back to do more readings. I think I'm gonna come back tomorrow because I'm feeling more peaceful. I'm not in my fever, flu, whatever it was, because I did a screening before, like on the following Monday that I got sick on Sunday and got a screening on Monday just to make sure we're all good and everything is fine. So we're healthy, we're keeping safe. And yeah, thank you so much, gods and goddesses, for watching. I love y'all so much and keep supporting. So, like, if you like my vibes, comment to let me know what you liked. Positive vibes only. Share, share, share if you care. And most importantly, subscribe. So you know the next time I go live, I've been seeing a lot of requests on like some readings, and for sure I'm going there. And it's Pisces season, gang, 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 gang. I want to show y'all a preview of the cake that this girl made for me. Look at that. That's my birthday shenanigan. It's a smash cake slash strawberry with a little bit of wine. So, I feel good to be back. I missed y'all so much. So, mwah. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may reside. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.